Hello everybody, I am back and ready to make some art with you this week. Happy Easter. I hope that you're still enjoying the Easter season. The Easter season is not over. It continues all the way until the Feast of Pentecost. So we are still very much in that Easter season right now. I've decided to do something a little different this week because we've been doing a lot of drawing activities. So I'm going to be trying to switch it up and give y'all something a little different to create at home. So stay tuned, and I hope that you enjoy this different style of art lesson, and I am excited to do art with you. Let's get started. All right, so we're going to be making some origami fish. So the first thing you're going to need is either some colored paper or some white paper that you can color later. I happen to have some colored paper at home, but your shape needs to be a square to start with. So I'm using a ruler. I'm going to measure 4-inch squares. So I'm going to go and make a line here at the 4. And then I'm going to scoot my ruler up a little bit more, make sure it's lining up on that edge, and make another mark at the 4 so that I have 2 lines to match up. And then I'm going to turn my paper and I'm going to do the same thing the other way. I'm going to line it up at the edge of my paper. And I'm going to mark the 4. And then I'm going to slide it, making sure that it's still touching the bottom of the paper. And make another mark at the 4. So now I have 2 marks that I can match up when I'm making my square. So now I'm going to line up my ruler, and I want to make sure that both of my lines are touching the ruler. So now I can tell that my line is straight, and I'm going to go ahead and draw the line. If I can do this with one hand. Draw my line, and then I'm going to come over here, match up my 2 lines, and go ahead and draw this line. Alright, and then I'm going to cut that square out, and then I'm going to make another one out of the green, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Alright, so here are my 2 squares that I'm going to be using to make my fish. So stay tuned for the next direction about how to fold your origami fish. Alright, so this is what we're going to be making, some little origami fish. So here we go, follow the directions. The good thing about this is you'll actually get to rewind it or pause it if you need to keep up. So we're gonna make one more little fish like this. So I made the one out of the pink paper. So we're gonna go ahead and make the one out of the green paper. So the first thing that you need to do is, like I said, it needs to be a square. So I made a 4x4 square. I will say it was a little difficult to fold, so maybe make it a 5x5. Also make sure that you're not using thick paper. It needs to kind of be a thinner paper. Don't use anything that's too thick, like cardstock or anything. You're gonna want a thin paper. If you don't have colored paper at home, you can use just plain white computer paper, or even just loose leaf paper if that's what you have at home. Just make sure you cut it into a square. So we're going to start by folding. I'm going to turn it into a diamond, and I'm going to fold one corner to the other corner. And you want to make sure that you smooth your lines down real good. Try to match it up as much as possible. So I'm really using the side of my nail to really smooth these lines down. You want to make sure your lines are really good. So I'm pushing down really hard. Next, I'm going to go from this corner to this corner. So once again, I'm folding this. You want to try to get it as close as possible to match up. And then you're gonna wanna make sure you get a good fold on that edge. So I'm coming down with my nail and I'm really pushing hard to make that fold. So you really wanna take some time. All right, now I'm gonna open it up. And you wanna make 2 cross folds. So you wanna fold it in half. So now you've got your rectangle, you wanna fold it in half this way. Make sure you're matching up those corners. Okay, so really pushing on that edge to make sure it's nice and crisp. And then you want to take it and you want to fold it this way. Really, really hard with your nail. Pushing hard, hard, hard. All right. So if you want to, go back and remake those folds. If you feel like you can't really see your folds well when you open it up, I feel like mine are pretty crisp. I can see all of those lines that I've created. So I'm gonna fold it back up like I had it in this square. So you can see that one side kind of pops open like this and the other side is all together. So on the side that pops open, you wanna kind of shove your finger in it. And you can see it kind of makes like a little frog mouth at the top. And you're gonna wanna put your finger in that frog mouth and you're going to create so you see how I'm folding it up and then I'm pushing down on this point here. So I'm pushing it down like that to create that triangle. So once again, let me show you what I did. So this is my folded piece of paper, right? I'm putting my finger inside this open part and then going to this top corner and pushing down to create this triangle. Now I'm gonna flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. So I'm gonna flip it over. Here's that other little mouth part. I'm gonna open it up and I'm gonna push down here to create this triangle. So this is what it looks like. Just looks like a regular old triangle that we folded. Okay, so now I'm gonna make the little fins on the back. So I'm gonna see how there's 2 pieces. I'm gonna take this top piece, I'm gonna fold this line to meet this center line. Let's see if I can get a better angle so you can see what I'm doing.
Do you hear Tim is talking?
All right, so I've got that. Then I'm gonna fold it again. I'm gonna take this edge one more time and fold it towards this line. And this is the part where it kind of gets a little difficult because you're folding so many layers of paper, but just do the best you can. All right, so now after I've gotten that good fold, I'm gonna unfold it, okay? And then I'm gonna come up here to this part and I'm gonna fold this triangle just like I did when I did this one the first time, just to the center fold. So here I go, folding it. I turned it around and I'm folding it just to that center fold. Okay, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and I'm going to roll it. I'm pushing it up, roll it into this other one so that they kind of fold on top of each other. This was a lot easier to do with 2 hands. All right, So I just folded this one on top of the other one. So you can see how it kind of crosses over here. And then when you flip it over, you've got your two little back fins. And then we just need to draw our little fish eye. So I'm gonna go ahead and, my other fish was facing this way, so I'm gonna turn this one this way. I'm gonna draw a circle. Sorry, you can't really see that. And then make a dark circle in the center. So there is my little fish. So now I have my two fish, and I'm gonna show you how a creative way to kind of create a background where you're not drawing it, but you're very welcome to just draw some regular water and glue your origami fish down. But one way that you can do it is by taking a blue sheet of paper and creating kind of a water collage. So let me show you how to do that. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the paper and you're gonna rip very carefully, slowly, and you kind of go down and then rip up, and then rip down, and then rip up, and then rip down, and then rip up. So now you can see that I kind of have like a wavy edge to the ripped paper. So I'm gonna do that 2 more times. Rip down, and up, and down, and up, and down, and up. All right, one more time. Down, and up, down, and up, down, and up. So now I have 3 pieces of wavy blue paper. I'm gonna start with the one that I ripped first that has a straight edge at the bottom, and I'm gonna glue it to the bottom of my white paper. I'm just gonna put glue on the edge. So I'm putting glue just on that edge, and I'm sticking it down. All right, so here is my first layer of water. So now I'm gonna take my next piece of paper and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna put glue on one edge. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tuck this blue inside behind this other wave here. You see how I can kind of pull it forward? So I'm gonna tuck it behind here. See, kind of created a double layer of waves. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing with the last one. I'm gonna pull forward this second one and tuck it behind there with my glue. There you go. So now I have 3 layers of these waves, and I'm gonna glue my fish on. All right, so here is my finished art that I have with my water and my fish. You can go ahead and add maybe a sunset in the background with some crayons, maybe some clouds. So I hope that you like this lesson. I'm gonna go ahead and finish it up with the background and show you my finished product. So I went ahead and added my sun and my clouds. But here is our finished kind of collage / origami project. I hope you had fun. It's definitely a little different than what we've been doing. And I will see you next week.